And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Commanders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass. Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be searching to dent the scoreboard for the first time. Now down 8-0 as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
60 Eagle. Hey, Mike 50.
He'll drop to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start the drive with Lynch. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
He's crashing.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
4 down.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Don't worry about it, baby. I ain't worried about it. Let's go.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
Here we go. Panther 60.
Hurt sets up to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Not today, you aren't. Not today.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Ready? Cougar 19.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. But first down, Hurts. There's Jefferson to pull that in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Chase Claypool from 13 yards out. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Hurts will throw. Escaping the pressure right. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game planned for, felt good about being aggressive and going for it, and right up until that one, they'd gotten 2 for 2.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, they give to Tomlinson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now back to throw. Over the middle. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool. with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. Flashes another juke. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Chase Claypool. A dynamo since the break. 3 third-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
A fairly short, now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
That's caught at the 1. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
I'm coming.
2nd and 3. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Joseph connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this depth. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. Joseph on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Got it. Ready? 70 Lions.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
70 Lions.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Keep it up. Check nickel.
Panther 60.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit here offensively.
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down.
And now here is another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Here we go. Panther 60.
Here's Hurts to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this one is incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Come on.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. Throwing is Hurts. A desperation heave for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's go. 19 Tiger.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome you to another installment of Madden Ultimate Team. There's been a lot of talk. To all the hype.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. From the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Ready, ready. Blue 32.
Do your job. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Love going to throw right away. That's it. Oh, right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And this one.